Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's divorce. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban are getting divorced. They were married for 19 years. Now they have to share $325 million and decide who takes care of their two daughters. When did this happen? Nicole asked for a divorce on September 30th, 2025, but something strange happened. Keith signed papers on August 29th. Nicole signed them on September 6th, but she waited almost a whole month before she told everyone about the divorce. For those weeks, they acted like everything was fine. They smiled for cameras. They went to work, but secretly they had already signed papers to end their marriage. Who gets the kids? Nicole and Keith have two daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret. The divorce papers say Nicole gets the girls for 306 days every year. Keith only gets them for 59 days. That means Keith sees his daughters only every other weekend, just Saturday and Sunday. Nicole has them all the other days. For holidays, Nicole gets Mother's Day, Easter, and Christmas on some years. Keith gets Father's Day and Christmas on other years. Who makes big decisions? The papers say Nicole and Keith should make big choices together about their daughters, like which school they go to or what doctor they see. But here's the important part. If Nicole and Keith don't agree, Nicole gets to make the final choice. Always. So if Keith says, "I think Sunday Rose should take a year off before college," and Nicole says no, Nicole wins. If Keith wants Faith Margaret to travel with him, and Nicole says no, Nicole wins again. Keith can talk and give his ideas, but Nicole always gets the final say. Why did this happen? Early in their marriage, Nicole found out Keith had a drug problem. Just 4 months after they got married, Nicole helped Keith go to rehab. That's a place where people go to stop using drugs. Keith stayed clean for 19 years. That means he didn't use drugs anymore. But these divorce papers show that Nicole never fully trusted him again. Money and rumors. Some people are talking about a special deal in their marriage. They say Keith might get $17 million if he stayed away from drugs for all 19 years, but nobody knows if this is true. Keith already paid all the money he needs to pay for taking care of his daughters. He paid everything at once, not monthly like most parents do. Both Nicole and Keith make a lot of money. Nicole made $31 million in 2024. They each keep their own money and houses. Why are they so quiet? The divorce papers say Nicole and Keith can't say bad things about each other in public. If they do, they might lose time with their daughters. That's why Keith hasn't talked about the divorce at all. Nicole hasn't said much either. They both have to be quiet and polite, even if they're upset. What really happened? The papers say they separated on September 30th, but some people think they actually stopped living together in the summer. They just didn't tell anyone. Something happened that made Nicole finally file the papers on September 30th. Nobody knows exactly what it was. The big picture. Nicole saved Keith from drug addiction 19 years ago, but she never stopped worrying about him. When they divorced, she made sure she would be in charge of their daughters. Keith gets to see his girls and talk about their lives, but Nicole gets to make all the final decisions. Some people think this is unfair because Keith has been sober for so long. Other people think Nicole is just protecting her daughters. What do you think? Is it fair that Nicole gets to make all the final choices? Should Keith get more time with his daughters? These are questions everyone is asking.